Okay, so my name is Natalia Rebollo, and I am a human rights lawyer, actually. Well, I started as a human rights lawyer, then I became a plant lawyer, and now I just discovered I am a life lawyer. So I'm Mexican, and I have specialized throughout these years in human rights, especially on the intersection between drug policy, plant preservation and conservation, indigenous knowledge, and how to move towards the protection of Mother Nature as the subject of rights. So I decided to come here because as I became also a plant lawyer, the plants literally recruited me for working for them, and now I felt the calling that it was time to go a little bit more deeper, so that I could have a better understanding of how plants actually work and operate in their land, hand by hand with such a sophisticated ancestral knowledge system with the Shipibo. So it was time for me to actually escalate my personal work to understand also and take this into the professional field as well. Personal intention at the beginning was to reconnect again with my heart and live with an open heart. Also, as an activist, as a human rights lawyer, I deal with a lot of pain that is not necessarily mine, and this is something that I totally forgot. So during the dieta, I was actually able to cry all the sadness that I carry that is due to my profession. So in the first place, I was able to reconnect with my own heart, and this led me to the revolution of my own heart. Finding that my own calling in this life is love, and I am now able to recognize myself as the expression of love in movement, and this is something that I forgot who I was. So this was my personal intention, and in the professional level, it was also very interesting for me to come with an intention in order to kind of really empirically witness and live what the sophisticated knowledge system is about. How can we use all this around Mother Nature and translate this into policies that can actually help us protect the Amazon region, honor the indigenous communities that have preserved for millennia this knowledge, and how to have a better communication with the plants, with all life that is around Shipibo Rao. So how I felt in Shipibo Rao is really held, really protected. Every single night I have one of the most beautiful Icaros that is sung by Mother Nature each night, and then I wake up with another Icaro that is sung as well by Mother Nature. So I've never been, I feel I've been really taken care of. I've been held, I've been protected. I feel the love in every single spot at Shipibo Rao. The workers are deeply connected to their own mission of being a part of our healing process, and this is something that I can absolutely feel every single day. I can feel it in the food, I can feel it in the water, I can feel it in the Icaros, I can feel it in the medicine, I can feel it in the shower baths, I could feel it like every single moment. I can feel the love of Shipibo Rao being a very complex center that really understands what this is about. Maestro Jose and Maestro Francisco, I don't even know what to say about that. Like, really. I just want to cry. And I'm so grateful they have preserved all this ancestral knowledge. And it's such a privilege to have it here, still on Earth, despite everything. No? So what I tell them is that I am honored, and I am the most privileged person on Earth to be able to receive an Icaro that has been alive for centuries. Despite prohibition, despite colonization, despite deforestation, and all the threats that the indigenous peoples have received, it's part of it's part of a gift of their resistance to everything. So I feel deeply moved and with a lot of gratitude for all indigenous that have preserved all this so that it can still be alive. Why should people come to diet at Shipibo Rao? I guess it's an act of self-love in the first place, but also love to Mother Nature, to really reconnect to what we've lost or what we've been disconnected, to learn about how the disconnection between nature and human beings is an illusion. And this is something that we are in depth with Mother Earth and nature. So I think this is a way of also being more conscious of the world that we want to be in and from where do we want to live our lives. So what is the difference between a ceremony in ayahuasca and doing a dieta is that they're two completely different things. It's not about the medicine only. At Shipibo Rao, it's also about an integral, model system that looks for the healing, but it's also about healing with nature. So it's a very complex knowledge system, which is, operating together, and it's not only about a plant. So in a dieta, it's, you're committed, you're also doing an offering, but then, the plants communicate, they're teaching you. But it's also being here, with the vibration of Mother Nature, what heals also. So they're not comparable at all. I'm full of gratitude with all of the plants that, offered themselves for us during this time, in the flower baths, in the sauna, in the ceremonies, the plant I was dieting. So I'm just so grateful for the plants that, they made an offering for us. And now my offering is to take what they taught me to another level. So Shipibo Rao is the expression of love in movement.